All right, everybody, it is Friday and we are back over here. Hopefully we're gonna get this job done. If not done today, we'll be very close to being done. So we're back over here at this mulching job. It's about 6-7 acres for this developer. We got one last block to do and then we will be done with this job and I will be super happy. So we got the right side block going all the way down to the marsh done yesterday. That's behind the house. This job's kind of been done in like quarters, basically, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's take a look at this left side and then we'll get started. All right, so here's everything I got done yesterday, basically from about where those oak trees are, all the way back through here, all the way out to the marsh. That whole side is done. They've got a whole crew of guys up here with excavators and stuff. They're starting to rake up all that mulch I cleared up. They're building a fence along the right side line there. That's what that lumber down there is for. So they're putting up a fence, so all that's gonna look good, give them some privacy. So we got this last left side block coming down this trail here behind the house, and there is some wetlands back there as well. I've got a map. I'm gonna try to rough sketch that out on Onyx as I go through here. But the main thing that he does not want to do is throw any mulch towards that lady back over here. I guess that lady and the developer are having a little bit of a disagreement. Well, I guess she's having a disagreement that the developer is developing this. I don't know if there's anything she can do about it because the developer in here has already got all his P's and Q's from the county to do this. So I don't know what she can do about it, but she ain't happy. So we'll see how close that we get over there. I'm gonna try to leave him maybe a little bit more of a buffer, and then that wetlands goes pretty much a good ways down that right side or that left side over there along the property line. So we may not be getting really close to her anyway. So we're gonna come through here and just knock out all this scrub stuff, yep, that'll look good. So got the Spitfire back this morning. I didn't sharpen the teeth because they didn't look too bad. But I'll definitely sharpen them after we get done with this job. But got some fuel in the machine, got some grease, and she's ready to rock. So let's get to grinding. things down pretty good. They're a lot easier to mulch up when they're alive than when they're dead. These things die. Any kind of hardwood or softwood dies like this. It dries out and the wood gets hard before it starts to rot. Especially if it's standing. All this stuff is standing. If it was on the ground, it'd be a lot softer, but it's all standing dead. And so the wood fiber has dried out and gotten really super hard. And it's just a lot tougher to mulch. If all these wax myrtles were alive, it'd be a lot easier to mulch. Green wood is typically always easier to mulch than dead dry wood. And that goes for just about any kind of tree there is. Hardwood, softwood, doesn't matter. Now if it's dried and rotten, that's different. But this ain't rotten. At least most of them are rotten. But regardless, it has made a very nice bed of mulch in here. Very nice. I believe I'm going to go get the TWF, the mulcher with the door on the front. I'm going to try to go down to Monk's Corner on Monday and pick it up. It should be ready to go. And then we're going to get the little TLI, hopefully the little TLI mini mulcher as well, and check that thing out. I'm super excited. You guys haven't seen that thing in action yet, but I'm super excited to get my hands on that and try it out. I think Landscaper Greg is excited to get his hands on it too. looks pretty good. Got a nice bed of mulch in here. All that's nice and opened up. And we didn't throw anything that way towards the house. And I will say, I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a minute here. So I guess these people over here are not happy about this guy developing this lot, but somebody developed that place, and so a developer obviously developed that. So it's okay for a developer to develop your house, but when someone else comes and tries to do it next to you, that's not okay. You know, that's something I have found here. So the Myrtle Beach area, which is where I work and around mostly, was like the most moved to area in the entire United States in like either 2022 or 2023. We've had massive population growth here. A ton of people are moving here. And most of it is retirees, and they come down here, they buy houses in developments, and the first thing that they do is go down to, you know, city or county council and yell and complain about no more development. So it's a little hypocritical that, you know, those people come down here and they go buy homes in developments and they live in developments and they benefit from staying in those developments, and then they go and yell about more development. It's like, I don't know. I think that's a little bit hypocritical, but development here, I think done responsibly, is very good. I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that make their living off development here. Development here has been very good for the economy. You know, obviously people doing construction and real estate and mulching like me have, you know, greatly benefited from the rest, you know, the service industry here with the restaurants and all that stuff. I mean, so many people here have benefited from development. So I think if it's done responsibly, I think it's a good thing. Now, if it's done irresponsibly, obviously it's bad, but I don't control that stuff, you know, and it is what it is. But I'd still think it's a little hypocritical, you know, if you come down here and, you know, you get to have your stuff, but, you know, tell everybody else they can't have what they want. It's just kind of dumb. So this is what we've got left to do in here. Not a whole lot. It is super tight in there. I'm almost debating just getting in the Mini with little munch and going through there, because it is just so, I mean, those trees are just packed in there. This side over here is way more dense, especially with the pine trees, than it was over there and at the front. So, and then there's like a whole half acre back in there. I drew it out on Onyx as close as I could. There's a whole half acre of wetlands back there I don't even have to do. So there's not a whole lot in that section left to do. So let's try to see what else we can get done. It almost looks like it's about to rain on us. I was getting ready to check the weather. I can get my service to work to see if it's gonna rain. If it's gonna rain, I may just come back tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. Well, I complained about the rain and we finally got some rain. So I thought I saw it raining out over the bay over there, going out over the ocean. I didn't think it was gonna come this way, but I was trying to check my phone, but down there next to the marsh, I don't have any service. If I come back up here to the truck, I have service. It's stupid. So I started making my way back up with the skid steer, and I checked my phone and it was like rain imminent, and I was like, oh crap. So last thing you want to do with a dirty, dusty machine, if you can, is let it get rained on, because it'll just make all that dust stick to the machine. So I grabbed the blower real quick before it got too bad. Got it mostly blown off, at least the outside of it. I didn't get the inside. So I think I'm probably done for today, because I need to go. We just need to do a little bit more along that edge, and it's super tight around those trees, and I can't really get it with the skid steer anyway. So I just need to kind of clean up around there some of those trees and use the Mini, but there's no AC in the Mini at the moment. So I have to mulch with the doors open, and you can't really do that in the rain. So I guess I'll come back first thing in the morning. We'll knock out, we probably got an hour or two worth of work to do with the Mini. I'd say probably like 2 hours. So not much to do. We'll get that finished up. We're really close to the wetlands over there. I was watching it on my Onyx on my phone, and I was really close to the wetlands section. A good chunk of that back there is like a half an acre is wetlands. So we're not too far off. We may have to clean, we'll have to clean up a little bit of this front too, going back in, but there's like almost like a rectangle back there that comes off that corner right there and goes back. So we'll get it cleaned up and we'll take a look and see what it looks like when we're done. All right, got little Munch hooked up, ready to go. So I'm gonna see how tight these trees are in here. It's really tight through here, and I'm really close to this wetland in here too. So I'm just gonna kind of come through here. We're gonna grind up some of this rotten stuff on the ground, stick the head in between some of these tighter areas here, maybe knock out some of these smaller pines, these magnolias and stuff, and some of this underbrush, clean up this right through here along this edge, because that wetland starts just back in there. And just kind of walk this line down through here, and then I'm gonna walk that ditch line too, and just kind of clean up through here a little bit and make this look nice. So let's get started. All right, that's looking good. Got all that done with the Mini. Got that back line cleaned up. Basically as close as I could get it, what I think is the, uh-oh, doggone it, tripod. Got me a new tripod, it's nice. It's taken a couple of hits, but held up pretty well. It's a Sure Track Travel Lite Pro. I like it actually. Paid about $100 for it, but seems to be pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I got some stuff along this ditch here, got that cleaned up, and there's a little bit of a swath down that ditch on this side of it that's not wetland. So basically that little rectangle chunk right there is the wetlands. I don't know why the surveyor or the tree people, whoever, didn't mark that along there with blue ribbons typically, or some kind of ribbon. Typically they use something to mark out a wetland, but they didn't. But on the Onyx, you can kind of see where the trees back there change over to more hardwood trees than the pines. They have a different color to them from the satellite view. So I just kind of traced that little section on Onyx, and then I had Onyx on when I was in the machine, and I just kind of ran the line that I drew, and that should be pretty close, within a couple of feet, I would say. I definitely gave myself a buffer off that too, back this way, so I'm probably 5 feet or so, 5-6 feet on this side of what they delineated as wetlands, so we're definitely safe. They typically don't have a problem with you mulching anything, but you know, I don't want to cause any issues for the developer. So I just came through here, kind of cleaned up through all these trees. I mean, you see how tight these trees are in here, and then there'd be like, you know, like right there, there'd be a magnolia or a gum between those trees. So you just had to come through here and kind of get in between them a little bit and get some of the bigger standing stuff, so they can come through here and rake all this up, make it look good. And then they're gonna have to get a logger in here. The developer said he's having trouble finding somebody that wants to come log it for him. It's kind of a small area. I mean, there's a lot of trees in here, but it's a small area. I mean, the loggers are used to doing, you know, big tract land. I think this whole place in here is about 8 acres, 7 acres, something like that, you know, and then the loggable part is probably 6-ish or so, 6.5. So it's not a huge area, but there are some massive trees. There's some real nice pines in here. That's a big boy right there. It's a little crooked at the top. She's leaning a little to the left, but that section right there would make some good timber. So, but yeah, most of these bigger oaks and stuff like that, they're obviously not taking anything like that. All that's going to stay. So, all right, we have still got some work to do, which I will include in this video. So this little section of cane right here is not wetland, so we're going to take all that back down through there, behind that little shed there, and then I got to clean up a little bit more here in the front along that right of way we cut along the left side. We're going to clean that up. So I just put some fuel in the machine, so I don't have enough time to do that today, so we'll be back tomorrow and we'll knock that out tomorrow. So we'll get to it. right, guys, we are done. Got this last little middle section here between that right of way that I cut and the driveway here. He wanted that gone, so we took that out and cleaned up the rest of this line. I cut it back just a little bit more. He wanted that cut back and squared off a little bit more, and then we did this little back left corner back here behind the house. A lot of bamboo or cane, some kind of cane or bamboo growing back here. It was thick, but it mulched down pretty easy. I did find some pipe in there, but that didn't hurt the mulcher not one bit. I hit a little bit of it before I found it. The mulcher found it, and then I heard it clanking in there, and I was like, well, let's get out and find out what that is. But yeah, got all this in here cleaned up, and we just kind of wanted to go back to where that orange marker is on that tree right there, and just kind of cut that back. And then right there at the back right there, that's basically where that wetland starts right there, and just goes all the way back to that ditch that I cut along back there going towards the marsh. So yeah, it looks good. That looks good. So they'll get in here, rake all that up, get all that cleaned up, and this job's done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did some work in here. I'm not gonna lie, we did a lot of work. I came very close after I looked at this job to bringing the pre-noth on the skid steer, swapping out that TMC with the pre-noth, because I was worried about it throwing. But I did not really have any issues with that thing throwing, you know, into areas I didn't want it to go. Now, does it throw some stuff? Yeah, but when you're back dragging and you really point that nose down, it's not too bad at all. I mean, I kind of did that little section right there, and I pointed the nose down. It didn't throw that bad. So I was really happy with that thing in here. Really happy with the production and what we got done in here and got cleaned up. I was very happy overall. So I really love that mulcher. So all this turned out good. They've cleaned this up. It all looks real nice in here now. They've done a good job coming in here and doing the fine-tune work and cleaning all that up. And they got all that mulch piled up. And I can tell you right now, if they had come in here and just grubbed all that out and tried to haul off all that brushy stuff that I mulched down and hauled it off with dump trucks and stuff, it would have been a fortune. A fortune to haul off, you know, 6 acres of brush out of here. Oh my gosh, all that vines and all that stuff. But all that is just right there. That's all it is. That's all it breaks down to, pretty much. So I mean, that's 2 dump truck loads, 2 or 3 dump truck loads, 1 dump truck load. So saves you a lot of cost in hauling it out, and then the disposal fee if you have to take it to a disposal site and pay them as well to get rid of it, to grind it up or whatever. So yep, mulching this out is definitely the way to go. All right, well, that was fun. They've got all their equipment here. They'll be back at it on Monday. And I got the Mini loaded up. We're going down to the farm project for my client down there. I've got a few things to do with this machine, but we're going to be mowing ditches with his machine Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday, I'm going down to CC in Monk's Corner. We're going to pick up the TWF, the mulcher with the trap door on the front for the skid steer. Get it picked up, and also pick up the little mini skid. So stay tuned for that, and I'll check you guys on the next job. Bye, everybody.